pretty sure everyone feels that hate has no place in San Diego State.
Flyers promoting white nationalist groups are found across San Diego State's campus on Move-In Day. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Carlo Cicchetto.
And I'm Marcella Lee. The hate group flyers and stickers were found in several locations on campus just days ahead of the start of classes.
News 8's Abby Alford is live at SDSU with what the university is saying, as well as reaction from students. Abby?
Carlo and Marcella, unfortunately, this is not the first time that SDSU has dealt with hate, including white nationalist messages. Last spring, the Anti-Defamation League reported that white supremacist propaganda distribution on college campuses was up for the third straight year, with California having the most. SDSU students say that this campus has no place for hate.
Students filled with excitement and nerves on Move-In Day, and then they get notice of white nationalist hate flyers and stickers popping up on campus, including the Women's Resource Center and the Pride Center.
It hurts my heart. We're on a college campus, and it should be somewhere that's be more accepting and open to more ideas, but no, now we have people targeting anyone who's not a straight white male.
The school says overnight or Thursday morning, the hate was put up on campus. Staff reported it, and since it is a violation of the Buildings and Grounds policy, it was taken down. SDSU did not share the messaging or group, but says it's similar to other white supremacy hate to what has been found on other campuses across the nation. The university declined an interview but sent this statement denouncing the hate and emailed the SDSU community, in part, as a community that deeply values and respects diversity and difference, we reject the hatred and intolerance these flyers and stickers attempted to promote.
It's shocking because we say that we've moved forward, but there still are people who have that hatred.
Last semester, SDSU dealt with hate and vandalism at the Black Resource Center. White nationalist stickers have surfaced in years past on campus. The school reports that since then, 1,400 people have pledged to support SDSU's African American community.
I think that hate shouldn't be involved and people should just learn to be nice to each other because the world's a lot better that way.
Students hope that the school will do more to pledge against hate among all communities.
I know an email is great just for people to make aware of it, but an email can only do so much.
Police are not investigating, saying that this is not a crime. A spokesperson for the school district says that the dean of students, Randy Tim, will be available for interviews tomorrow morning with the media. We'll keep you updated on any new developments.